Hello and welcome to Accent Excellence. I'm Chuck Lionberger, and coming up on this month's show, we're going to take you to the 2016 State of the Schools and State of the County Address with School Board Chairman Mike Ray. Also, we're going to continue our discussion about our strategic framework, so don't go anywhere. Accent Excellence is next.
It is important for both restaurants and homeowners to help keep our waterways clean and safe. Never pour cooking oil or grease into sinks, parking lots, or streets. The oil and grease can enter our waterways through storm drains. Always try to recycle the oil and grease or put it into the trash. If you have a spill, clean it up by using a drying agent like cat litter. Never hose down spills. Keep dumpster and trash can lids closed. Restaurants should clean floor mats and garbage cans in a mop sink. It's easy to keep our waterways clean by doing the right thing.
You cared then. I need you to care now. Don't turn a blind eye to teenage drinking.
Hi and welcome back to Accent Excellence. We're here at the Green Ridge Recreation Center for the 2016 State of the County and State of the Schools Address. So without further ado, here's the Roanoke County School Board Chairman, Mr. Mike Ray.
I'm Mike Ray, Chairman of the Roanoke County School Board, representing the Cave Spring District. I'd like to thank the Regional Chamber of Commerce and the Board of Supervisors for the opportunity to speak to you this morning to showcase the achievements and excellence of our school system and to talk about where we're headed in the future. First, I'd like to introduce the members of the Roanoke County School Board. Vice Chairman Tim Greenway, representing the Benton District. Don Busser, representing Catawba. Y'all can stand up if you like. Jason Moretz, representing Windsor Hills. And Jerry Canada, representing the Hollins District, but Jerry couldn't be with us this morning. He is traveling this morning and probably sleepy after watching the World Series game last night. I'd also like to introduce several members of our school administration who are with us this morning. Dr. Greg Killow, our superintendent. Penny Hodge, Assistant Superintendent of Finance and Operations. And Dr. Rebecca Eastwood, Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources and Instruction. Raise your hand, Rebecca. I know you're bashful. And several other of our directors and leaders from our central office. In 2015-16 school year, our students have excelled both inside and outside the classroom. We're extremely proud that all our schools are fully accredited by the Virginia Department of Education. This is an accomplishment that becomes more challenging every year to changing of state and federal standards and requirements. We're especially proud to announce that Green Valley Elementary was a Blue Ribbon School this year, one of only 329 schools in the whole nation. The Blue Ribbon School Award is the highest honor a school can earn, and we're very proud of the students, parents, and staff at Green Valley. We're very privileged this morning to have the principal, Ashley McCallum, here with us. Ashley, please stand and let us give her a round of applause. Ashley. I tease Ashley a lot because I go by that school right much in Green Valley, and Saturdays, Sundays, I see her vehicle out there, so she puts in a lot of time. So Ashley, thank you. Glenborough Middle School and William Byrd Middle School were named Schools to Watch earlier this year. These two schools joined Hidden Valley and Northside Middle Schools to earn this prestigious distinction. Mount Pleasant Elementary has again been named a distinguished Title I school by the Virginia Department of Education. The class of 2016 had more than 94% of our seniors to graduate on time. This is one of the highest on-time graduation rates in the region. In fact, our on-time graduation rate has remained near or above 90% for many years. In the 2015-16 school year, more than 1,000 students earned college credit while still in high school by taking dual enrollment courses through Virginia Western Community College. With the dual enrollment, a student can take an advanced class in high school and earn college credit at the same time. We want to thank Virginia Western and President Bobby Sandel for their partnership in providing opportunities for our students to get started on their higher education. And I was talking to John Murphy, who is with the county this morning. And John, I'm not embarrassing you, but I know you're very proud of your son, who went through the dual enrollment program. And he actually went in as a freshman. They reevaluated his credits, and he's now going to be a junior. So he skipped his sophomore year. And he's also going to be a doctor. So John, he'll take care of you in the future. The class of 2016 earned nearly $14 million in scholarships to help pay for future education. $14 million. Also, our graduates earned more than 1,000 career and technical education industry certificates, such as workplace readiness, WISE financial literacy, CompTIA, and ASE student certification, and more. These certifications will help our students secure good-paying jobs and careers. Our board recognized the discrepancies in compensation for our teachers. We directed staff to work with Evergreen Solutions and develop a compensation study which allowed us to implement a new salary structure for our teachers. This increased teacher pay, making our salaries more competitive in the region. We have finished a major renovation and expansion at Glenborough High School, and we're in the process of renovating the locker rooms at William Byrd High School. Our next major project is the much-needed improvement at Cave Spring High School, a 48-year-old facility built in 1968. We're currently working on a facility study to help us determine the future needs at our current facilities. We also completed this year a detailed long-range demographic study to help us predict enrollment over the next 10 years and beyond. This will help us develop a new capital improvement plan in partnership with Roanoke County government. We've expanded our laptop program to include 7th and 8th grades. This provides every student in grades 7 through 12 with the technological resources to learn and be successful, as well as develop key skills needed after high school. Our technological program has been a tremendous success for more than a decade, and we're becoming a model for other school systems across the nation. In 2013 and again in 2015, we were named the top digital school system in the nation in our enrollment category by the National School Board Administration. We're continuing our focus to expand our curriculum in career and technical education, or CTE, opportunities to students through internships and new courses. New this year, we're teaching cybersecurity, thanks to a partnership with Radford University. Also, we're teaching Level 1 EMT courses, thanks to a partnership with the Roanoke County Fire and Rescue Department, Jefferson College of Health Science, and Virginia Western Community College. It takes a very special person to become a teacher. We're partnering with Virginia Western and Radford University to develop a teacher preparation program that will help train our next generation of teachers. We're partnering with the YMCA Y Splash program to help teach second grade students basic swim lessons and water safety. This year, we're expanding this program so that even more students can learn these life-saving skills. Each summer, we're partnering with school systems in Roanoke City, Salem City, Craig County, and Botetourt County for our Load the Bus school supply drive. And in 2016, it was the largest drive ever to collect supplies to help students start the school year with the tools they need to be successful. In Roanoke County alone, we collected more than $19,700 worth of school supplies. We're shifting the focus of education from traditional, passive learning to active, project-based, hands-on learning experiences where students learn to discover knowledge instead of simply being given information. Please see for yourself.
We're having our Children's Engineering Night here at Mountain View, where we involve the community. We bring in some outside organizations to show kids how STEM is incorporated throughout their lives. I think making those real-world connections helps kids to bridge that gap between what we're teaching in the classroom and how it carries over into being an adult, and I think that's how we're preparing children.
Well, Be the Change was an idea that began over the summer in a graduate school class I was taking. So my friend Will Krause is an assistant principal at Breckenridge, and I called Will up and I said, hey, I got this idea for putting our students together, having them collaborate and communicate online to work on some common projects. The students were able to create commercials, and real commercials that were usable in our area. Yet they had to think about their audience, think about their message, and they had to get out something that would grab people's attention, and that's how we impacted local change.
Students are doing their brain project presentations where they have already consulted with a group of neurologists, psychologists from Carilion, and this is their putting the presentation together with their model, their PowerPoint, and their background knowledge on the question that they came up with for their brain project. We've been doing this project for 5 years now, and the number of students that want to go into psychology just because of this project alone is about half. And the one thing is that the psychologist here can tell the students all the fields that are open to them, not just one medical field. So it is wonderful for the kids to get a little taste of what the outside world is like in the psychology world.
We've been working with Trout Unlimited for probably about 10 years now, and each year they provide the tank, they provide all the supplies. So at the start of the year we get a couple hundred eyed eggs from Paint Bank Trout Hatchery. They send them down to us, and then we raise them to fingerling stage and then release them into cold water streams in the area. It's one thing to tell the kids about water quality, it's another thing to show it to them. And when they can see it, and when they can do it, and they can feel it, it definitely makes a difference, and it's definitely something that helps them wrap their mind around some of those water quality parameters. For us, we go back and we reteach, and we see the tank throughout the year as a tool to help teach these kids about, again, good stewardship and possible career opportunities in science.
So it started out really on social media. Angels of Assisi posted a little article or link of interest about this goat that had had an injury and was born without a couple legs on one side of its body. So our school's ITR reached out and asked them if there's anything we could do as a school, if the kids could develop some kind of a device to help the goat to walk. And so our tech ed teacher, Miss Pat Smith, got a couple students involved, and they began to design multiple prototypes, printed multiple things on a 3D printer here, and got some metal devices that they had worked with other kids in tech ed labs here, and ultimately got about 4 or 5 different prototypes they tried to have her fit into, what she could walk in, and in the end we finally got her by the end of that school year to be able to walk her first steps ever in her life actually here in the school, so it was incredible. I think those students had to realize this stuff doesn't come easy, and if it was, that's not how you get to this kind of greatness, to be able to make an animal walk that had never done it.
I think the mechatronics robotics students have a real advantage of being able to have access to not just mechatronics robotics, it's general manufacturing that is so helpful to these students as they prepare to enter the workforce. We have industry here in the region that is very interested in obtaining students who have these specific skills, and when they get to work on the type of equipment that we're able to provide, it's very helpful. Roanoke Region Home Builders Association has come alongside our building trades program specifically here at Burton Center to work with our students to advertise what we do, but also provide exposure for our students to industry-related projects and opportunities. So Roanoke Region Home Builders has come and offered the opportunity for our students to be involved with the home show that is put on, I believe, twice a year. Our students build different structures that the Home Builders Association then shows and auctions off. It's a win-win for both organizations, Roanoke Region Home Builders and for the Roanoke County Public Schools Building Trades program, specifically working with those students who are working in carpentry, plumbing, and electric. Emergency Medical Technician is a great collaborative between Roanoke Fire and Rescue, Jefferson College of Health Sciences, and Roanoke County Schools. The collaboration between all these organizations that I just mentioned has been really fun to see and is quite the opportunity for students who want to enter the medical field in an exciting opportunity as a EMT, but then also maybe thinking more broad if they want to jump into further their education, jump into paramedic, or even maybe emergency room work, etc. Welding partnered with the Roanoke County Sheriff's Department and Sheriff Orange and his crew, and they did a great job collaborating on a drug take-back box that serves the community, and from what I hear is used extensively now. It's in place at the Sheriff's Office, and the welding students did a great job fabricating that.
It is amazing, and what kids can do today in school and what opportunities they have today. You know, when I went to school, it was like reading, writing, arithmetic. That was what you had. And Joe, it was not a one-room schoolhouse. But you can see all the opportunities that the kids have today. While these accomplishments and programs are outstanding and truly something to celebrate, there's so much more coming in the future. Here's where you come in. We want to make connections with you. As I've mentioned, we're already partnering with several organizations represented here this morning, but we want to do more. We want to partner with your organization. We want to reach out and see how we can help you meet your workforce development goals. How can we work together to help train the next generation of doctors, engineers, carpenters, plumbers, technicians, mechanics, machinists, chefs, and so many more. We know you need a trained workforce. Through our CTE programs, we're here to help provide that training, and we want to partner with you. Today, the Burton Center for Arts and Technology is bursting at the seams. Nearly every single available spot has been filled, and we're looking for ways to accommodate even more students in the coming years. We're working with other area school systems and Virginia Western Community College to try to determine how together we can provide even more career and technical education opportunities for students all across the Roanoke Valley. We're hoping you can help us. We live in the Roanoke Valley, not just Roanoke County. We're competing in regional environment, and we need to operate as a region. While we may be an independent school system, that doesn't mean we're on an island. We have to work together. Right, Anita? Right, Sherman? We need you to help us achieve our goals, but we also need to help you achieve your goals. We're very fortunate in Roanoke County to have such a strong working relationship between the school system and the county government. As Chairman Peters will discuss in a few moments, we're working together to make connections all across the Roanoke Valley. We're connecting students to opportunities. We're helping to connect opportunities to jobs. We're partnering with our community in Roanoke County to connect jobs to economic development. Thank you for supporting our school system. As you can see, many great things are happening in our schools, and we're very excited for what will happen in the future.
Thank you, Chairman Ray. And as you saw, we have so much going on here at Roanoke County Public Schools, but we've also got so much more accent excellence still to come, so don't go anywhere.
This is who I am. I can't do it alone. I'm a good person, and the truth is, I break the law. I ignore what my parents taught me, and I thought everything they said was a joke. No longer can it be said that I am my own person. I'll tell you one thing for sure. I've become a slave to the drinking crowd. I refuse to accept that I can be confident in myself and be popular without beer or drugs. A person like me can easily be forgotten. But wait, what if that's all wrong? What if I don't have to be forgotten? A person like me can easily be popular without beer or drugs. I can be confident in myself, and I refuse to accept that I've become a slave to the drinking crowd. I'll tell you one thing for sure. I am my own person. No longer can it be said that I thought everything they said was a joke. I ignore what my parents taught me and I break the law. The truth is, I'm a good person. I can't do it alone. This is who I am.
Hi, and welcome back to Accent Excellence. We're here at the Roanoke County Public Schools Administration Building, and joining me is Rhonda Segal. She's our supervisor of secondary instruction here at Roanoke County Public Schools. And Ms. Segal, we have been talking for almost the entire year on Accent Excellence about this, the strategic framework. And for many of the episodes, we were talking about deeper learning and out to the 4 C's. And now we're making our way to the outer ring, or the support ring. For back issues of Accent Excellence, you can watch our YouTube channel to see more about deeper learning in the 4 C's. But today we wanted to continue our conversation about the outer ring and move to the second piece of that outer ring, and that's the school climate. And why is school climate so important to helping all of these other pieces come into being?
Well, having a supportive school climate, basically what school climate is, it's everything about the feel of the school and how supported the students, the teachers, everybody feels. The communication, the collaboration, the critical thinking, and the creativity are the 4 C's. And in order for those 4 C's to be implemented, the students and the staff have to feel that there's a comfort level there in order to practice and to fail at times. And if you don't have a positive school culture and a culture that is designed around learning and student support, you have a hard time implementing these 4 C's. But the culture involves everything from student safety to students enjoying coming to school, that there's a sense of pride, there's a sense of ownership, that students have a voice in their learning. And it's important that the teachers listen to the students. And so everybody's communicating, collaborating together, because ultimately together we have to design an education for each child. And so unless we're working together and using these 4 C's, we can't do that very well. So it's important that we have a culture in every building that supports that to happen.
So it's all about making sure that the environment is there for learning, and we'll just get right off to the biggest of them, and that is safety. If students don't feel safe, there's no chance that they're really going to be doing any sort of effective learning.
Absolutely, yes. And that's what's important about the school culture. Bullying, those kinds of things, those are the types of things that, as a community, the school has to pull together, and the students need to feel safe to go to teachers and to communicate openly with teachers. And then the teachers, of course, take that to the administration and the counselors, and they deal with it appropriately. But once students feel safe, then we can begin to focus on the instruction and then delivering the content knowledge, and then working on the skills. Then hopefully some of these skills will actually help people, students and teachers, both communicate better, which ultimately will help improve school climate.
Now, you said another that I thought was tremendous, and that is failure, and the fact that it's okay to fail. In many respects, failure is even celebrated.
Absolutely. In order for students to learn, there has to be, and even teachers, because teachers are going to try new activities and new things. Students and teachers both need to have that comfort level that sometimes they're going to fail. We are human, we make mistakes. When we're trying new projects and we're doing project-based learning and things don't go as well on the teacher side, and they need to know they need to change it, or they need to revamp what they're doing, or maybe even throw it out and try a different project, but at least they're trying. So students are the same way. Students might start out on a project and just go down the wrong path and realize that they've messed up. Give them another opportunity, because if you think about it, people who are in the workplace, do they get every single job right every time? No, they don't. So there's got to be a comfort level for failure, and that's what's so critical about the school climate, because all aspects of that climate need to support people, urge them to try. With the comfort level, they could fail, but then support to push them forward.
Yeah, in fact, some of the greatest discoveries were the result of accidents. Even plastic was supposed to be a billiard ball, and it ended up being plastic. device or a substance we use every single day in just about everything we can look at. So, you know, the concept of not just it's okay to fail, but we actually almost want you to try so hard that you fail, but then after the fail is the learn.
Absolutely. And that's when you reevaluate, you kick back, you look at what you've done, you try to make changes, and you relaunch what, either the same direction or a different direction with some changes in the project, and then hope for, you know, final results. And then the whole point about, you know, the failure in trying again is you're constantly wanting to improve the product. The first attempt at a product is never the best attempt. So there's got to be lots of revisions, lots of changes until you get to a final product that everybody's proud of.
This also here, the school climate is a lot of times where here the central office comes into play, because you've got policies and guidelines and regulations that help to support and try to get to those positive school climates. A little bit about that.
Absolutely. Schools are basically driven off of school board policy, and principals support those policies, and that's what helps keeps the structure and the consistency across all the schools in Roanoke County. So it does that. They're there to help support and add the regulations and that we follow, and the policies and procedures are there to support the safety of the students, to support all different aspects of the climate, to ensure that all students are learning, that everybody's, you know, meeting the needs of the students.
And also that, you know, in some ways that they're consistent from school to school to school as well, because that's something that can be also very helpful. And even sharing of best practices.
Oh, absolutely, and that's critical. When schools have a climate, even if we have a Roanoke County public school climate where we're open and sharing, that's really a great asset, because our teachers are sharing across the board. So across all 5 high schools or all 5 middle schools or even elementary schools, they're sharing what they've learned, and that we're all growing together, learning together, and that's just ideal. It creates a learning culture and a climate for our entire school division.
And it's all about creating that important climate for learning. You know, without that positive climate, it's very difficult to have meaningful, purposeful learning. So, Ron, again, thank you so much for being with us. Folks, stay right there. We'll have more about the strategic framework in a future edition of Accent Excellence, but we also have a lot more Accent Excellence still to come, so don't go anywhere.
I want to be an environmental scientist.
I want to be a fashion designer.
I want to be a senator.
I want to be a teacher.
I want to be a professional athlete.
I want to be cool.
I want to be accepted.
I want to fit in.
I want to be popular.
I want to be invited to parties.
I don't want to be invisible anymore.
I want to be part of the in crowd.
You think you have to drink to be in the in crowd, but giving in to peer pressure isn't going to get you anywhere. Be true to yourself to accomplish your big dreams.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for this month's edition of Accent Excellence, and that's all we have for 2016. If you'd like to find out more about Roanoke County Public Schools, be sure to check us out online, and don't forget to like us on Facebook and Twitter. On behalf of all of us here at Roanoke County Public Schools, we hope you have a very happy and safe holiday season. We'll see you in 2017.